Hello, in this video I am going to show you how to get started coding with Java VS Code on a Mac setup. So if you want to get coding in general with Java, using databases, code editing, all that stuff, the first thing I recommend is to go to this website. This is Homebrew, and this is pretty standard. You're going to run this script to get Homebrew into your system, and you're going to need to do this in order to get your Git going, in order to start get going with databases, Postgres, MySQL, whatever it may be, Mongo database. This Homebrew, this is a package manager, and so this is how you can get going with NPM as well if you want to do JavaScript and TypeScript projects. So first I recommend immediately doing Homebrew, and there is documentation here to deal with common issues, such as this thing, common issue here. You're going to have to run this command here, vscode select. So I guess vscode is some sort of Mac thing that you need in order to get moving with Homebrew. So yeah, I recommend getting the Homebrew package manager, and then you'll be ready to install VS Code. And once you have VS Code installed and you want to get going with Java, coding with Java on a Mac is a little different than other systems. It's recommended that you don't really go to the Oracle website and start downloading Java stuff. Instead, you go through the VS Code Java kits they already have. So this is a handy website here. This is the VS Code official website. And so yeah, the first thing they recommend is you got to download this, install the coding pack for Java. And once you have that, if you want language support for you, you're then going to install the extension pack for Java, which is also going to help you build Maven and Spring Boot projects. Once you have those two things installed, I also recommend you have your terminal set up. Out of the box, Macs should have Z Shell and Bash, and so you should get comfortable using the terminals that Mac has. And so from there, you'll be ready to go into VS Code and start building stuff. So we'll open up VS Code. Okay, so I'll show you the extensions I have just to show you what I have for Java. I don't have many extensions here. I don't really go crazy with the extensions, but what I have here is I do have what that VS Code website had recommended, which was it's here somewhere, extension pack for Java. So this is the first thing I recommend you get, or you should have this extension pack for Java. You have to download that. I got this debugger for Java. I'm not sure if they automatically tack that on or I did that manually, but that debugger for Java, and I think that's it as far as extensions. Maven for Java, I think they automatically downloaded that. But yeah, you'll need your Maven for Java. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but yeah, if you download this extension pack for Java, it's gonna start downloading a bunch of stuff for you. So we're going to go here and create a Java project. It's gonna create a Maven one. And we have a quick start here. We have different stuff going on here. A lot of choices. Let's just do a quick start. And then from here, we'll just pick the top one. And we'll just call com.logic. First thing you have to do is create group ID, demo, maybe they want a lowercase. So it immediately start building the project. which is good news. Version. I wonder what happens if you just click enter. Okay, now that I added the project to the workspace, you can see the pom.xml. Looks pretty clean, to be honest. You go into your src folder to get to your main method. Once you start typing here, you'll see that it immediately starts prompting you along. Let's just create another class, because why not? Cool. So you create a class here, and it starts building it for you. So let's say we start creating some fields. This is all very standard stuff. String name, user. I guess we could say like int. Weight. Now in order to make constructors in VS Code, what you do is you right click, go to source control or source action, and then here you can just generate constructors. We'll create an all args constructor. There you go. That's how VS Code creates constructors, getters, and setters. Generate getters and setters. And we'll select all. So that's how quick and easy it is to make a class. So that's that. Go back to our main here. We don't want to simply print out hello world. We could if we wanted to. So since we just created a class and now we're in our main method, the way to instantiate a class, do that. New user. Yep, it already has prompts you, gives you advice. Click enter. And since I created an all args constructor, I have to first give it some values here. So it's doing a pretty good job of showing me some errors already. I guess we could do some input values if we wanted to. Remember how to do a scanner in Java. You do scanner, scan, new scanner. Input stream. I wonder why I imported this. I think I messed up earlier. What happens if I delete that? I just instantiated a user. Equals scan dot next. I think this is how you do it. Int insert. Make this but we still need a name for this. Next. String? Yes, default string. This is name. What if I just type scan.close? Will that make it go away? Yep. Cool, so the only error I have so far is it's saying that this user object is not being used. But we successfully brought in a scanner, and we better insert the correct values. And I think down here we'll try to set. Try to make new set weight. So let's see, we type in the string name. It should create a new user object. But then we're gonna set the name to a new name. Unit not from scanner. Let's see what happens there. Sout. Yeah, you type in sout. That's the shortcut to getting your console printing method. Sout again. Okay, so I created some Command S to save this. I think it's Command Option S. Save all. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some input into the scanner. It's going to create a new user instance. We're going to print out that user's name. But then we're going to set the name to something else. And then we're going to print out the name. What happens if we add some extra stuff to it? Okay, let's see if this runs. There's one thing I forgot, and I have to import this class user, because the compiler is not going to find this user class inside this file here, so we have to import it up here. And I could have sworn I thought I knew a keyboard shortcut to import, but I forgot it. But I think it's going to prompt me. I don't think it's going to prompt me here. Yeah, I guess that works. No, I'm not sure why it says never used, because it is used down here. I actually edited the settings here to make my terminal a little bit bigger. The text size bigger. It was annoying me before. Didn't have the right size text. Anyway, we'll run this program, and we're going to have to make user inputs. As we see here, our first input has to be an int. We'll just enter an int here. We'll enter, our next command is to enter a name. Say Harold. And there we go. That's how our program runs. New name not from scanner, new name not from scanner. Yeah, we set the name, new name not from scanner, and then we printed it out. So yeah, that's basically how you create classes and how you get started building Maven projects in VS Code. Works as well with Spring Boot. You just have to see, the way you create a Java project is right here. You click this plus here. I'll collapse this just to show you how interactive it is. But if you want to create a Java project in VS Code, you click here. This is how you do it. You click this plus sign, and this will prompt you to create your Java project. A lot of people build Maven, Gradle, Spring Boot. Spring Boot is big for back-end web development. Again, to get started coding on VS Code with Mac, go to this website, the VS Code official site, and this Homebrew website. I recommend starting with Homebrew to get your NPM, things like Git, stuff like that. Your database is going. I also recommend this site here. This will help you set up your bash profiles, because you might struggle with command not found errors. So this helps to explain how you're supposed to add path variables. And then of course just install these two things. Install this and install the extension pack for Java, and you'll be on your way. So if you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and happy coding.